How to Lose Weight Without Exercise. Hey, beautiful people. As you know, my blog encompasses Christian living, purposeful living, mental, emotional, social, and physical health. Today in this blog, we are tackling physical health. I must be honest with you. 2 in 3 Americans are obese or overweight. In this blog, I'm going to tell you tips for losing weight without exercise. Now here's the backstory. I love stories. It is currently February 2021. I have not exercised since early August 2020. Doctors told me to stop exercising due to a rotator cuff surgery I would need to have a month later in September 2020. After surgery, physical therapy was promising but painful. I couldn't even walk outside without pain, let alone around my neighborhood. Then I came down with COVID and I was out of it. I went from having 2-a-day workouts like a college football team to nothing. When the doctors cleared me to go out, I went to a health and fitness store I would formerly and did a weigh-in and found out I lost 12 pounds and about 4% body fat. I went home and told my 14-year-old daughter and tried on her pants for knowing sake. We joked with my husband and had him look at the new jeans I had just bought, and he said, "Wait, aren't those the jeans our daughter had at Christmas?" Laugh out loud. I was in total shock and glee. How does that happen? How is that possible? Well, let me tell you. Let's get into it. 5 tips and 5 strategies to lose weight without exercise. Tip number 1. Food is your friend. Say that with me. Food is your friend. All right, I know what you're thinking. I'm not saying go and eat everything. What I am saying is that food can be your medicine. So strategy number 1, regular food regimen. Have you ever gone somewhere and people know you as a regular? Well, your body has become accustomed to certain foods. You decide what your body considers routine, like sugar and etc. When I'm life coaching, I would have my clients do an activity I call grocery store. During this exercise, I ask clients to think about the aisles they go through in the grocery store and write down their usual food list. Then I would help them switch out their foods for the healthiest version or replacement of what they like. Some things just have to go completely. Tell your mind there is a new sheriff in town, and then tell your stomach there's a new normal that's going down. A regular food regimen will fuel your body's engine the way you need it to be successful. Everyone's taste buds are different. Everyone has non-negotiables. Mine is chocolate and coffee. I replace my chocolate with dark chocolate products and coffee without cream or sugar. But I have a trick to make coffee taste delicious yet to be healthy. I stick through it with my clients in my life coaching until they have found a list that works for them. I also have different eating plans for various end goals I suggest. I make sure I'm available for calls, texts, and coaching under challenging times. Tip number 2. The number only represents as a phony. The infamous inches versus weight. We are taught that the scale is our professional point of reference regarding our health. I'm here to tell you the number only presents as a phony. It doesn't consider body composition and therefore isn't the whole truth and nothing but the truth. It would help if you had both. The measuring tape will tell the T, but I knew I was losing weight by the way that my jeans were falling off of me. Muscle mass and fat percentage aren't taken into consideration with the scale. I noticed bodybuilding would render me the same weight while my fat content was lower. So incorporate the measuring tape to get all the mail. Strategy. Measure yourself at different points in your journey. Weigh yourself every 2 weeks. I have my life coaching clients to send me measurements in the beginning, middle, and end of journeys. I teach them how to measure the following: chest, arms, natural waist, thigh, and calf. We track their progress after specific meal changes and throughout. Tip number 3. Cheat times, not cheat days. So you're doing a consistent regimen now, correct? Every once in a while, I have ice cream, whipped cream cake, Wegmans vegans cookies, and peanut M&Ms. However, I usually take food with me when I leave home. Even in quarantine, I've packed food in my bag and had it near my desk. I typically eat on schedule too. After my body was trained and I changed my taste buds, I permitted myself to veer off every once in a while. Because I replicated foods for my new regimen, instead of depriving myself, my cravings weren't crazy. Strategy: permit yourself to have a treat, then get back on beat. I usually help my clients figure out what times are best for them to eat. I help them to train their bodies on what to expect and help them prepare their bodies to give them the outcomes for the best. When your body is on a regimen, a cheat meal or a cheat snack is more than enough. Your body will begin to tell you no to the form of foods that will need to go. A whole day of unhealthy foods will hurt your body and your progress. Tip number 4, get plenty of rest and adequate sleep. Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Benjamin Franklin. Sleep affects your mood, your endocrine system, digestive system, and the way you heal. Rest is best. To be spiritually healthy, you must ruthlessly eliminate Harry from your life. John Ortenberg, Psalms 46:10, scripture reference. There is a difference between sleeping and resting. Resting is a state of mind of relaxation. It's a form of peace. Some have habits of rushing and ripping and running, but to sit and be still is an art of productivity and gives you energy. Tip number 5, holistic health. In my opinion, holistic doctors are highly underrated in Western culture. I remember 10 years ago, I had several issues with my health. In response to a sister's suggestion, I went to a holistic doctor and got full testing. Out came my test results with a laundry list of health concerns. By the next year, I eradicated the entire list except for one thing, hypo or hyperthyroidism. I took medicine as the doctor asked. I ate and exercised my way to health. Spiritual fasting and discipline help too. Strategy: get holistic testing. Now I know that sometimes insurance companies can have a hard time paying for holistic doctors, especially if you're in the military. But I promise you, even if you have to pay out of pocket, it's better to pay now than later. You would be surprised how many different physical ailments mask as something else. I've had people to come into therapy sessions and describe many psychosomatic symptoms that have been explained by physical health ailments. After I would suggest that they get tested. You want to first rule out anything biologically that could hinder your weight loss journey. Losing weight can be stressful, especially when you have an injury or some ailment preventing you from exercise. The COVID-19 period has not been kind to us either. Our lifestyles are more sedentary during this time, and unfortunately, we have to choose between being safe or being active. However, I want to encourage you all today with some options. I hope that this was helpful. If you're interested in more in-depth coaching on this, please reach out on my website, www.epiclife.me, or by email at sharquitarDudley@gmail.com. Be blessed.